my mentality is all about winning. Getting stats and all that. That's just not me. And I'm all about playing winning basketball. And everything I ever wanted, I just push up on it and she knows the play. Name leave stains on the brain when I bless the game. She ain't knowing what to say. Ain't nothing in between God and kings. That's a direct link like the Pharisees.
What up, Houston? Bayou City boys.
So,
Talking Houston Rockets. Trade deadlines coming up this week. So, of course, the first domino falls. Kyrie Irving goes to Dallas. Hurts pretty much the Brooklyn Nets. And you're probably wondering why that affects the Houston Rockets. Well, do not forget we own their picks and pick swaps up until 2027. So,
thank you, Brooklyn. Thank
yeah.
you, thank you, Kyrie. Thank you, James Harden.
Yes, it's a thing that not a lot of people in the national media talk about, and it's kind of funny because you hear everybody else's draft picks, but that Harden trade, everybody laughing at us, and now it's kind of like, well,
it kind of worked out for us. We sucked ever since then, but it kind of worked out for us.
Yeah,
It's all good though.
I did see a play where it was saying, "Would you be mad at this?" It's not on our topic today, but I just thought about it. Would you be mad if they got Victor and then James Harden came back?
Yes.
That's how I felt also.
I don't give a fuck who's here. James Harden comes back, that's a problem.
Yeah. If you want to come and visit Harden, that's cool, but I'm moving past that.
It's like you're not LeBron, bro. You can't let us suck, get talent, and come back and think you're gonna win. Like you're not LeBron. Don't even try that shit. I ain't even trying to hear it.
Yeah. All right. Well, as we know in basketball, first domino falls usually means a lot more are going to start happening.
So with our pick and Brooklyn's pick this year, if it potentially could be even better if they suck, which I don't know if they're going to suck too much worse. You think?
I don't think so. I think
it matters. Let me ask you this. Do you think it's a lottery pick? It turns into a lottery pick, top 15?
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't know. Spencer's not terrible, and I mean they still have a lot of players.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but there's still good teams. So
yeah,
I'll say that it probably worst case scenario will be somewhere like between like that 12 and 19 ish.
Yeah,
would you trade 2 first round picks to make sure you get Victor?
Yeah.
Like say we get the 3rd pick, and you're like, no, I'm trading both these picks for Victor, and I would too in a heartbeat.
I would. I'll give him a player also. You want Kevin Porter? Or you want? I'll think. What do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I don't think anybody is untradeable except for Şengün and Jalen. It seems like right now. I mean, and at this point for Victor, I mean, you're kind of Victor is Victor. Like let's not be.
I do have a sneaky suspicion they would probably try to do something like offload Jabari before they offload Şengün.
I was thinking that too because a lot of he's been, and I do think it's a coaching also player development of him has been lacking, but I don't want to give up on him. But if somebody's like, hey, give me Jabari and your pick for this, I kind of might.
I would in a heartbeat because then it also solves the problem of having 3 big guys.
Yeah.
But I would also, I would do it. I ain't gonna lie, I'd do it.
Yeah. Right now, you look like you have 2 solid foundation pieces in Şengün and Jalen. They're both finding their ways even more. They're both totally different players. So it feels like everybody else is on the chopping block. I mean, going into trade deadline, Eric Gordon's probably been the biggest piece we've had of trading away. And
he's actually been putting up numbers, so I don't understand why. We should get something for him. I don't know what they value him at, but I think it depends on where he goes.
And I think now you got a lot going on. Stephen Curry looks like he's going to be out for a few weeks. You have a few teams that are trying to make that extra push over each other. Milwaukee's, Boston's. Does the Utah Jazz get rid of Jordan Clarkson? Like if he's not available, then a lot of teams are going to be like, all right, I want Gordon. I want, if I can't get Bogan Bogdanović, then where's my next scorer at? And I think another play that the Rockets can do also is 3, 4, 5 team trades where they throw in pieces and this type of stuff.
At this point, though, I don't know what the scenario is that we win in that situation, because like I don't really want to do nothing for the rest of the year except get rid of people, because I don't know what we're doing until you get a new coach, because we're going to probably get a new coach, and then where we stand in the draft, because that'll tell you what the next course of action is.
Yeah, I just feel like if you can throw like a Garrison Matthews in a trade, get rid of him.
Yes.
If you can get rid of like a Bruno Fernando, I mean, at this point you can just drop Jay Sean. Like if he's playing over if Knicks is playing over Ty at this point, I don't get it. Like you have legit players. KJ Martin, Ty's been balling out. Tari Eason looked like he's been snubbed from the freaking sophomores versus rookies. Like
he is.
You got players that you need to play,
bro. Jalen and Kevin Porter sat out a game. Kenyon Martin Jr. balled the fuck. That kid could play basketball, bro. Like, they need to figure something out on this team because you're wasting talent. Like, that dude legitimately gets better every day.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to trade him.
I don't either. I'll trade. I mean, even a shocking thing is you're seeing the way the team's playing. I'm not saying that, we've been playing on winning a bunch of games, but you see the quality of play has been a lot better. And odd man out right now looks to be Kevin Porter Jr. And if somebody comes calling like, hey, I want to take a risk on this guy, I might be willing to move him
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But to me, the reason that like it doesn't really matter if we keep Eric and them the rest of this year or not, but I want to trade you to free up the money. Because I want to go into draft night with everything available to me to get Victor and possibly make a trade to take on a player who has money. Like that would be one of the scenarios where the team like, I'll trade you this, but you're going to take this fool too. So I want anything to be possible for us on draft day to get Victor.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably our best bet is after you get Victor, if you lock that in, where do you go from there? You can't just keep playing bad. You don't need to do lottery picks every time. You need to start bringing in a coach. We've had our talks of who we think would do good with this. Mark Jackson, Sam Cassell. There's a lot of other
coaches and vets. And vets.
And then get those veterans in there that can really work with these young guys and teach them the certain things that they need to know about. I mean, it seems like right now the NBA's, especially with Kyrie and what happens with KD type of stuff, it's fluctuating a little bit. And I'm kind of liking it because you don't know what veterans are going to be available. You don't know what teams are going to be like, all right, I got to blow this up now. Mm-hmm. And you're playing with house money after losing a superstar and basically.
It just makes me nervous when you hear stupid ass scenarios like that John Collins trade, because if more things like that get out there, we'll end up doing something like that.
Yeah. You don't have faith in Rafael Stone?
Most of the time I do, but most of the time he reminds me of somebody who's playing Madden. I mean 2K, and they're doing a franchise and they legitimately just take the best player available all the time. And you get all these players who are really good, but they all do the same thing. And that's where we're kind of at right now.
I mean, we dodged the bullet of everybody saying we should get Kyrie, so I'm kind of glad about that one.
Really glad about that one.
Yeah, because that was one I was arguing with people like, why would we want that? Like, why would he want that? Why would we want that?
Yeah, for real. No, I do think that if you get Victor, and I don't know what it's going to take. We may just get the pick. That leaves the point guard position available. You really have to go out and get a good point guard to run this team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Who that person is, I don't know, but hopefully you could find a version of Jalen Brunson or something.
That'd be nice.
It would be nice.
It would be nice. So I guess what we're saying, Eric Gordon, trade block.
Garrison Matthews could probably go. I mean, I'll still put Kevin Porter out there. I'm not bashful about that. Jay Sean's out there. Bruno Fernando's out. I doubt anybody wants him. But
I was thinking
I'll even dangle Josh Christopher out there at Guru, but like Jalen, Jabari, Sengun, Tari, and Kmart they're not touchable. You can't touch them.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I might dangle out there to see what I can get.
Yeah, I think that's like your core right now, and everybody else is more of I can replace you with somebody else, and I mean at this point, there's going to be we've talked about it, James Wiseman. There's a few players out there that are struggling on their team, so maybe you can get somebody new and help a contender
I
out.
would send Eric Gordon and Garrison Matthews to Golden State right now for James Wiseman and a contract they're looking to dump, like of DiVincenzo. I would make that trade in a heartbeat.
Helps them out with Curry being injured. You get a guy
And
that can
somewhere
score.
Well, see, I don't give a shit about Vincenzo. I'm just doing y'all a favor and taking him, but I'm banking on the fact that Wiseman becomes as good as I think he can be, and that would be like a free player, a center.
Yep. What we need.
Yep. And then you could just put Victor at the 4 and then figure out what the hell you got going on with Sengun and Jabari. Sengun, as good as he is, might be the odd man out if a scenario like that played out.
I mean, would you, and I know people are going to be probably mad I even asked this. If you could get Victor, but somebody's like, I'll give you the first pick plus but if you give me Sengun and your pick.
Oh, I'd have to. It depends on who the team is, because there's no way that I could just let you take a player without getting a player. Not a player of that importance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm going to take somebody good off your team, but I'm going to take something.
Yeah.
But yes, I would. To answer your question, I would.
Yeah. And I think for Victor, I mean, people need to realize how this guy has point guard skills at his height. Like, he has, I'm not saying he's going to be these guys. We don't know. But, I mean, from what predictions are, this guy has been the hottest guy that people have been talking about for years. They're putting his name up there with Kevin Durant, LeBron James as hype for draft. Like, that's why people.
I'll say this to Texas Rockets fans, whoever the hell you are, and it's gonna make people mad, but there's a strong possibility that Alperen Sengun might be close to his ceiling of what he's gonna be. And if that's true, then that means this is when his trade value is at the highest. And if it helps our team to pull that trigger and you can get a good player, I would do it.
I mean, as much as I'm enjoying him balling, I mean, if I can get Victor, and Raphael seems like the guy that would be like, all right, I'm gonna take that. Like, he doesn't care what we think as fans. He doesn't really care. He doesn't listen to us on much of our stuff.
But he couldn't, as much as people would hate him for making that trade and getting rid of Sengun, he could never live down the reputation of not taking Victor when he was dangled in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if Victor blows up, then you're like, oh, if you kept Sengun, he's not even an all-star level.
Nope.
And I said, I get it. He's getting praised by Kevin Durant, Giannis, Anthony Edwards, Joker. I mean, that's cool. But Victor is Victor. That's a totally different subject of
Victor fits in more into the style of what we have else on the team than Sengun does. You know what I mean? Sengun's a little throwback. He's a ball stopper, and he does it in the. It's kind of like when you watch Philadelphia. It's like when Joel's on the floor and when he's not. It's like, oh, when he's not on the floor, they play faster for some reason. Well, I know why, because he's got his big ass out the middle of the court.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that we just get him. We just get the first pick, and then we have to worry about all that. But
no, let's just hope we make it through this trade deadline real quick without doing nothing stupid. That's the agenda for the week. Get through the week without doing something stupid, Raphael Stone. That's all we ask. Nothing stupid.
I mean, some of these trades, though, I feel like they're not his trade, though. Like, I feel like he doesn't want cap. I mean, he doesn't want to raise his cap. It seems like he was ready. He's dealing on everything. Draft, free agency is what I'm going at. And that's where I'm going to build the rest of this team up with a new coach. It kind of feels like, and I hate to say this, Silas is in that Lovie Smith role where, hey, just finish the season out, bro. Just finish it out.
I feel like Raphael Stone's in a position where, like, since it already got out that he turned down that first-round pick for Eric Gordon last year, now he's like, damn, now I got to get a better deal for this fool. or
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, you idiot. And I don't think he's gonna get it. I think you're right. Eric Gordon has to be he has to be one of those 3-team trades.
Yeah, I mean, but the NBA loves that stuff where, oh, this guy's getting traded, and then that's what I'm surprised the Kyrie trade didn't turn into one or two because they seem to love those things. But it seems like more trade deadlines are those, hey, we're making this trade. Ooh, let me jump in with this. Let me move around this guy. Let me move this. So, I mean, for me, as long as I just think doing right by Eric Gordon, get him to a contender, get him somewhere else, and do right by the young players to give them that playing time. I think that's what at least number one needs to be done this week in trade deadline. If Eric Gordon's here, I'm going to be kind of mad still because I'm tired of watching you in a Rockets jersey already.
Word.
I want other people to play. I want that playing time for them.
And I hate to say that because he's actually playing pretty good, but it's like I would rather see those terrible shots go to Josh Christopher or Ty Washington or Tari Eason, or one of those guys.
So I know what I have for next year whenever it comes up, and I know what to get in free agency.
I think that Kenyon Martin Jr. is so good. If he can be the 2 guard, like he literally could just be the direct replacement for Eric Gordon. They're different players, but we don't need the player like Eric Gordon anymore.
His motor, his engine, everything he does, he brings 6-man type of feeling, and all he wants is playing time. He's like, I don't need to be starter. I don't need to be the superstar. I just want playing time to keep bettering my craft. Why do you not want that on your team? Man?
He's getting so much better. He's the only person I can directly look at. Like Sengun also. It's like that dude got better from last year.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel that about Jalen, but not so much all the time.
Yeah, I do feel like for me with Jalen, I feel like he needs a point guard. He needs somebody that's going to direct him, and
I think he needs everything. I hate to say it, but it reverts back to what John Wall said. It's like there's no accountability here. Somebody needs to come in and teach that dude how to be a professional basketball player, and like who will really tell him what's up. And I don't think he ran across that person yet.
Nah, I mean, we all thought it was going to be John Lucas, but he can only do so much. So I think for sure you need a new coach to come in there, change the culture up a bit, and teach these young guys the real way NBA system and play is supposed to be. Because
it's like, for instance, like when Memphis is doing this, like we talk about the Baines and the Jaws and the Dillon, but it's like y'all forget that Danny Green just sits down there. Like, who knows more about being a pro basketball player than Danny Green? The dude's successful everywhere he went. So we need somebody like that. They don't have to pay Eric Gordon top dollar to play. He's like, pay somebody to sit down there and do nothing.
Yeah. Like, hey, come here, dog. Hey.
We need a guard version of Boban.
Yeah. And we get both. We're good. I'm good with that. You get the lovable one, you get the one that everybody can hate.
Yep. We needed like a Rondo.
I know. I would have been
like, I really like, if you think about it in terms of like getting better, the one player we're really missing right now is Dennis Schroeder. Like, I think he would have helped us.
And that you saw what he did last year with us, and then this year we're really lacking in that. And he played his part well. And I'm kind of still mad about that. Maybe we get him back this week.
Well, like I said, the objective for the week is to just get through without fucking shooting ourselves in the foot. So.
All right, Eric Gordon. Hope this is the last week we see you in a Rockets jersey. It's been fun, but
even though you're the only one who can stay healthy for some reason.
I'm just ready for something new. I'm ready for a new chapter. You're that last piece that's I need it.
Y'all suck so bad that I don't even want to play 2K
until he's gone. It's like once he's gone, I'm like, all right, back up. Let's go.
We'll see.
Man. Well, Houston fans, made to this point, like, subscribe to the network. We're doing a lot more Houston Rockets. Talk about Astros, talk about Texans. Make sure you check out the videos at the end of this. You can hit all the different videos on our Bayou City Boys playlist and check them all out that we do every week for you.
I think you should.
Yeah, well, you can check the description. I have a link to our Facebook. You can follow us at the SLG Network. I'll give you all breaking news for Rockets, Texans, Astros. We got you covered, man. Much love, Houston. Let's hope these trades happen. Let's see what we get through. We'll have a video for y'all later.
See you.